So I want to start a new series called I Was Wrong, because there's a number of things that I just want to publicly address, things that I was wrong about. Because I'm someone who, I've been on YouTube since 2005, back when it was Google Video. And as a Bible teacher, I've almost every week been on the internet, teaching the Bible. And there's some things that I've been wrong about over the years. And the best way I can address this, I think, is to publicly have some videos saying these are the things that I was wrong about, to publicly correct the things I was wrong about, and also say a big sorry to everyone who has heard me say things over the years that aren't right, that aren't accurate. And to recognize that that's wrong. So I want to say sorry, a big sorry, and to also explain why those things are wrong, and to try and help other people who might have thought the same things as me, that need help seeing what's wrong with those things, or for people who have known me over the years, and then you hear me now say I was wrong about some things, and you're thinking, "Rah, what are those things? Like, what should we be on the lookout for?" To let you know what they are. And we're in the midst of taking down old videos and stuff. And basically, I would say that if there's any videos of mine from that. And the tricky thing is they're on different people's sites as well. So it's a bit tricky, and I don't have control of all the videos. But if you've seen videos of me teaching the Bible before 2016, then I would be cautious about those. And probably one of the biggest things is that I wasn't trauma informed back then. And even though I'd gone through trauma myself in my childhood, the way that I've been taught to deal with that trauma was unhealthy. And there were certain things that I got taught about trauma in the Christian community that then I would say as well every now and then. It frustrates me why now I discovered that they were in sermons, sometimes even just a little throwaway comment in there that I heard like some celebrity preacher use or something. And I was like, oh, that sounds good. And then I would use the same thing. And even though I've been through trauma myself, I didn't get how those things don't help people deal with their trauma. And it was only then when I got decent counseling for my trauma, and then started understanding, oh, actually there's a better way of processing trauma, and then realizing that so much stuff that I've been taught was actually inaccurate in terms of how to deal with trauma. So basically the biggest thing is that if you come across any of my videos from before 2015 or 2016, you're going to find they're not very trauma informed. Yeah. And that's problematic. Yeah, because I was basically, the way I was told to approach trauma was basically to say, okay, think of all the things that happened to you that were bad and the people who did bad things to you, and then basically just go through and forgive all of them. And then boom, that's it. And I did that, and forgiveness is a wonderful thing, but I still had unprocessed trauma in my life, and that still impacted me in serious ways. And I found I needed to go through more of a Diane Langberg approach to trauma, to process this stuff properly. And so I was kind of given you could call it a truncated gospel application to trauma. And so basically the stuff I've said in the past is not really trauma informed. And I'm really sorry about that. I'm so sorry for anyone out there who you've been through trauma in your life, and and then maybe you heard one of my messages and you ended up not properly processing your trauma because of what you heard me say. And I'm so sorry for that. And if anyone's wondering, well, what is the thing? What is the thing that you said then, Duncan? It was basically this. Every now and then in my sermons, I would say this story that I heard from a well-known preacher. I can't remember which one it was, but it was one of the American guys, you know. And he basically said, and this is a story I would say, there were two brothers. They grew up in the same household. They were both beaten up by their dad. One of them ended up being abusive, and the other one ended up being really laid back in life and happy as Larry and that kind of thing. And that's such a simplistic way to talk about abuse. And basically what I would say and what I was told was the key thing, the difference was how they responded to what happened to them. And of course, the implication is, have you forgiven people and moved on? Have you done what Joseph did? Well, now I understand there's a lot more to the Joseph story. And I understand that there's a lot more to processing trauma than just forgiving people. Forgiveness is part of it, but there's a lot more to it. And so, yeah, I'm just really gutted about that. Now I'm trying to be more trauma informed, trying to teach stuff more accurately. I'm hoping that videos like this can help other people. And so, yeah, basically, 2015 was, I would say 2015 was probably when I became trauma informed and started making changes. But at the same time, I'm still a student, I'm still learning about these things. Diane Langberg herself says that she's still a student of the people she counsels. She's still learning about trauma. So I'm not trying to say now, hey, I've arrived, I'm the expert on trauma and everything. What I am saying is that I did get to a point where I had a Copernican revolution, where I suddenly saw the whole trauma thing quite differently and how it's approached and all that. And what I'm trying to do now is communicate that clearly with people and trying to make clear what was bad with the old stuff, trying to take down old videos and stuff like that. So I was wrong. I'm sorry. And I hope that this might be a help to other people. And there's many more things I was wrong about that I'm going to talk about in the future as well.